Hey everybody, what's up? Thank you for supporting us on Patreon and Ko-Fi and listening to The Quick and the Weird with me and Mike, the Whatcast.
That's who we are. Still.
It's true.
We're still those guys.
Well, I don't know if this is going to be so quick, but it's definitely fucking weird. So I'm going to ask you, Mike, you want to hear something weird?
I always want to hear something weird. That's like 90% of the things that I want to hear about.
Yeah, me too. It's half the reason why I'm alive. Well, what I'm going to tell you is 100% true. What if I were to tell you that planet Earth is about to get a second moon?
I would go find a desert and I would stare out at the instead of a dual sunset, I would look at a dual moon and pretend that I was Luke Skywalker.
Isn't this some straight up sci-fi shit, dude? I'm fishy of this whole fucking thing, and we'll get into that. But according to a study published in the Journal for Research Note of the American Astronomical Society, an asteroid named 2024 PT5, which comes in at 36 feet in diameter, or 11 meters, will enter Earth's orbit between September 29th and November 25th. And it's going to be breaking loose from an asteroid belt that's located in between Jupiter and Mars.
And is there a potential for an impact, or is it just going to go into orbit?
They don't think there's a potential for impact, and it's just going to be flying through space. It's going to break loose from this asteroid belt and settle among Earth's orbit, becoming Earth's second moon. The closest that it'll be to Earth is on January 9th, 2025. So they know it's not going to hit us. They're able to track former things that have taken this trajectory and know that it won't hit us, but it will just be pulled into our atmosphere. And after 2 months, it will be sucked into the sun's gravitational pull and return to an asteroid belt that's located behind the sun.
Well, that's weird. So it's just going to be a brief visit. Like, what's up, guys? Just gonna hang out here for a bit, then see you back to the sun.
Right, and this is supposed to. I mean, I looked this up. This is very true. As weird as it sounds, it's true. But to me, I think that's just a little bit too weird to not raise an eyebrow at. You're telling me something's going to come from fucking Mars of all places, come into our atmosphere, and then just take off?
Yeah. What if it's oh God, I'm going to make another Star Wars reference. What if it's like the Death Star?
Yeah, a baby one.
That's no moon.
No shit. Well, they said it's only going to be 36 or 38 feet in diameter, but when I heard this, I wanted to know how this is going to happen. And this paper explained that near-Earth objects, or NEOs as they call them, they can undergo something that's called a mini-moon event. And the best I can gather is this is when near-Earth objects' geometric energy turns off, sometimes for mere hours or sometimes for months. And this changes its course. And from mapping NEOs from the past, it will follow the trajectory that they're talking about, just head right towards us. But since it will be in this mini moon event stage, it will become trapped in our gravitational pull. They're predicting it will be in this dead energy state until it reaches us. And then I don't know how they're predicting it will break away from us and then join the sun's gravitational pull. Who knows? But they say that right now it's located in the Draco star system, some 1.9 million miles from Earth. And as weird as that sounds, I had to look in to see if there are other mini moons or anything that's like this that's happened before. And the answer is yes. In fact, there was a big old mamma jamma that got stuck in our orbit in 2016. It was a meteor called 2016 HO3, or God, I'm going to blow this, Komoalua. It was 330 feet in diameter, or 100 meters.
So that's relatively small, though, like from when looking at it as like a celestial body. That's
right.
But if it were to impact with Earth, that would be catastrophic.
Yeah, the 33 or 330 foot one, most definitely. I swear to God, there has to be like an asteroid impact simulator. So I want to run what would happen with a 38 foot meteor. But yeah, a 330-foot one I think would be catastrophic. But it fucked off and got stuck in the sun's orbit, but failed to break away. It did not return to where it came from and joined that belt behind the sun. But actually, its orbit with the sun is so big and U-shaped that it actually appears that it's stuck in our orbit, and it's in sync with Earth's orbit to a 1-to-1 resonance. So it's basically in our orbit with the sun's orbit because its path of travel is so wide, and it doesn't hit us every year ever since 2000.
And you said it was stuck in orbit between Mars and Jupiter.
The one that's coming now is that's where it came from. This one, I didn't catch where it came from, but it got stuck in our orbit and chilled there for a second, and then got stuck into the sun's orbit. And they thought it was going to go to that belt, but it actually stayed in the sun's orbit, from what I understand. But its path of trajectory is so big, it doesn't look like it orbits the sun. It actually orbits the sun and us, and it just has this huge pattern that flies around us and the sun.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to pretend it's a Death Star though instead.
100%.
I don't want it to be a celestial body. I want it to be the Death Star. Damn it.
Well, see, that's my point to this, and what I wanted to talk to you about. What about this doesn't sound fucking fishy to you? Like, it's something big enough to call it a fucking second moon. Like, they're saying it's 38 feet, but they're calling it a second moon. It's going to come from fucking Mars all the way from between Mars and fucking Jupiter, of all places, and get stuck in our orbit, kick it for 2 to 3 months, and then take off?
Yeah, and are they saying it's going to look like a second moon because it's going to be so big in the sky?
No, I think they're saying that just because of the physicality of it. I've read in one place that we probably won't be able to see it because it's so small.
Oh, well, that seems like a lot of pomp with very little circumstance.
Right. But I think that also, I think this might be maybe a little touch of forced disclosure. Maybe something that is going to come in, and they're just trying to say, if you happen to see it, all you home astronomers and all you people who do all that shit, this is going to come into our orbit and chill out and then take off. It's just a meteor. I mean, for me, I had to ask the question, in 2016, did anything happen major with UFOs then? Because I wanted to see if there's any correlation to one of these ESOs coming in and then taking off. And there was the Cottage Grove UFO incident. There's multiple sightings in LA of UFOs. The O'Hare International Airport shit started off in 2016. The Chilean UFO.
Oh, wow, was it really?
Yeah. The Chilean Navy UFO video, the 9-minute one, that was made in 2014. It was released in 2016. In 2016 is when the Pentagon admitted that they had made ATIP, a secret group that was studying UFOs the whole fucking time. So 2016 seems to be a little bit eventful.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Right?
That sounds very eventful. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that this might be something weird going on. This might be some type of something they're saying is going to be happening. Just so they're admitting it, but you're not going to see it. It's so small. But I want to see what happens with all this disclosure stuff when this happens, or if anything else strange happens. There's a piece of footage I posted on our Instagram yesterday, I think, Mike. Fuck, I don't know if I can find it anymore, but there's a lot of weird shit going on. Like, there's people still releasing more footage of that alien that was supposedly seen in Vegas in that family's backyard. Like, new videos of that are coming out.
Like, from that same event?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's crazy. But are they legit though, or are they just like somebody with some sort of CG software?
It looks just like regular old cell phone footage, and there's no like big reveal to you're like, holy shit, that has to be fake. And it's pretty much showing what was described as they see it in the backyard. They say in Spanish that it looks like somebody's next to this like a little backhoe, like it's up on his trailer, and it looks like somebody's there. That's what you can see, but there's like, a dad and like 3 sons, I think. And it seems like they noticed something weird outside and they went to go check on him. It doesn't seem staged.
Interesting. So with all this stuff in 2016, right? And this thing coming up, this kind of goes with the stuff I've been saying with how disclosure is going to go. It's really not I don't think it's going to be disclosure. I think what it's going to be setting us up to have things happen that are going to look like UFO related. And then we're going to say, well, we don't know what these things are. We've been studying and we don't know. And now we're being attacked and we still don't know. And I think a lot of it goes with the change in terminology too. Like around that time they would have been changing things from UFO to UAP. You know, like I remember Hillary Clinton when she was running for president. I can't remember what talk show she was on, but someone asked her, if you're president, will you put out the files on UFOs? And she goes, actually, we call them UAPs now. Right on national TV, you got the fucking presidential candidate saying what they're called now, you know? So, it's, I think the change in terminology is something to look out for. And whenever we have these whistleblowers talking about recovering bodies, they have a very specific way that they word it. Like they're not calling them aliens. What are they calling them? Biological organisms or something. Like just so it's like they're saying that these things are alive, but they're not saying that they're aliens from outer space.
Which is such a silly play it to safe term. Like it's ridiculous to say biological entity.
But also maybe they're saying it because it's accurate. You know, like it's not an alien from outer space. So they're not going to say we've recovered an alien body because it's not, you know, I think they know more about it. And this change in terminology is kind of reflecting what they know about it now.
See, I used to think the same thing, but with a slight twist to it. Like, I think that they're aware of everything that's going on, but I don't think they actually know what it is.
Yeah, that I don't think they know what it is, but I think they know what it isn't. I guess that would be a more accurate way to say it.
Yeah.
They know that it isn't an alien from outer space. But what it is exactly, they don't fucking know. Like, is this something that we just didn't know about that has been living here with us the whole time? Or is this from like some alternate reality and it somehow was able to get itself here? I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe that it's like the lizard wizards coming to collect their like 1,000,000 pounds of human flesh and take our babies.
Oh God, if only.
Yeah,
if only, man.
I wish, but I think it's more of they fucking have no idea and they don't know what to do. And I kind of think the creation of the Space Force supports that. Like even if you want to look at like what Trump started that, right? Trump okayed the Space Force.
Yeah.
If you even look at it from a non-presidential standpoint, but let's say a business standpoint from him, he would try to have his foot in the door in that first, even from like an egotistical standpoint, he would want America to be the first to have one of those. Like, and that's for a reason. I think that's for a reason. You don't even hear him talk about Space Force anymore. It's almost like they've buried it so you don't think it's real. Or when you think back to it, it was like, yeah, I think they were talking about trying to make something like that, not knowing that they just completely made it. And they're not talking about it, so we don't know what that entails. What the fuck is the Space Force? But for whatever reason, the United States felt it necessary at this time to create a force that's supposed to go handle shit in outer space after not doing anything with outer space for 45 years?
Yeah, I mean, we've had things like we've had people go up to the space station.
Yeah,
but we haven't been back to the moon since the 70s.
Yeah, no exploration or anything, just ISS, But now all of a sudden we need for a fucking Space Force.
Maybe it's not really a force. Maybe it's not like going to space. Maybe this is like the Andrew Basiago, or however you say his last name. Maybe it's the evil time traveling Barack Obama stuff, and that's what the Space Force is. They're actually taking it to the next level, and they're militarizing this. So you've got like picture like in sci-fi movies, just these dudes in like power armor coming through a portal into some alternate reality.
Yeah.
or even the past and the future, and they're fighting aliens on their turf, and we don't even fucking know about it. And they're not aliens either.
No.
And then it's gonna end up like the story for Doom. They're gonna open up a portal, and then we got fucking demons coming through, possessing people, creating zombies, and then monsters are running everywhere, breathing fire and trying to eat our faces.
Yeah.
That's our future, ladies and gentlemen. Our future is Doom.
And when that happens, call The Rock. Don't fucking call me.
Yeah. Definitely call The Rock. He's been through it. He knows what's up. The Rock will save us. In Rock we trust.
He's definitely not in league with them and gonna expose us all.
No, 100% not a lizard man.